I saw your comment on Facebook too about Bridgerton, yeah, or Instagram. You didn't like it,
I did
or
not. I did
okay.
not. I mean, it was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Shonda Rhimes is a talented filmmaker, and she makes stuff that's entertaining. I did not like the messaging in that movie one iota. I absolutely despised it. It was a series where they basically tried to romanticize rape, and they that young woman raped that man, and they tried to make it seem like it was okay. And women around the country just came for me because they just assume he's a guy, he can't be raped. All the
Well, that's
stuff that
definitely not
you
true.
say, all the stuff that I've heard guys say for decades about women. Oh, she wasn't raped. Oh, she wanted it. Oh, well, if she was raped, why'd she get wet? Oh, she didn't get raped. Why was she wearing these slutty clothes? Or why was she doing this? Why was she doing that? I was hearing all that same stuff, just with maybe slightly different terminology. Oh, why was he doing this with her? Oh, if he didn't want to be with her, why didn't he just push her off? Why didn't he want to do this? Why didn't he want to do that? It was she raped him. She planned it. It was premeditated, and then she executed her rape.
Hmm.
And then to turn around and try and romanticize it, it was horrible. I mean, the guy, the young man was so traumatized in that moment. He went back to his childhood stuttering that
Hmm.
took him years to get over. And in that
Wow.
moment, he's stuttering again out of horror and fear and trauma and being traumatized. And to see that, it was just to have that, and then to try and romanticize it. It was just it was. I found it disgusting. I found this.
Wow. I was gonna give it a try, but then when I saw your comment, I was like, well, I guess I
I mean,
won't give
you
it a
should.
try.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch it. I mean, it's one of those things that's sort of become a virtual water cooler, topic. And so,
Hmm.
I mean, to be a part of the conversation, you have to watch it. So, I mean, if you want to watch it, check it out. I'm not going to recommend it to most people, but you review movies. So, I
Okay.
mean, but yeah, it's just, I found it very, very disturbing. I didn't like that about it. And the thing is that if they had just simply, I mean, the whole thing was her and her deception and manipulation. She basically manipulated the guy into marrying her. He did not want to be married at all. He told her point blank, I have absolutely no intentions on getting married ever to anybody. It's not you. And he even told her, you're wonderful, but I have no intentions on getting married ever. And she instead manipulated her way into getting married. She did it in such a way that her honor was besmirched. And if she wasn't married to him, that not only would she lose the opportunity to get married in the future, but her younger sisters would be harmed by her soiled reputation, and they wouldn't either they wouldn't get husbands, or they wouldn't get high quality husbands. And so she really put him in a position that all he could do was to try and restore her honor. And on top of that, he was, her older brother was his best friend, so he had that added pressure of that on there. And it was just, it was there was nothing. If this had happened, if you simply took everything about this show and reversed the genders, people would be horrified. They would have dragged Shonda Rhimes across the coals and talked about her if everything that happened had just been gender role reversed, just been gender reversed. But it wasn't, because it was a woman doing it to a man. Everybody seemed like they were okay with it.
Wow. Well, Larry, you just made another video for me. I'm going to chop this up. I'm going to make that 5 minute segment the full review. And but let me just ask you a couple of questions real quick. Larry, was the acting good?
The acting was good. Acting
Okay,
was good.
acting was good. Was the storyline any good?
Well, the storyline had all those problems that I just said. I didn't. I
Okay.
didn't like the. I didn't like it. I thought that. Yeah, I just didn't like the storyline in that sense. I mean, there were some characters in there that were decent. I mean, the one daughter Eloise was really fun. She's like a young lady who's smart. She wants to go and get
Oh.
educated. She smokes. She's not the typical girly girl, you know.
Mhm, mhm.
So, but yeah.
And,
Anyways,
and last thing, Larry, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this? 10 being great, 0 being trash. Or 0 being I'm drinking Brandon's bleach bottle trying to get rid of Rona out the house.
I would give it a 0 if I was just being petty, but in all honesty, I'll give it a 3 because I'll give it a 3 because it had really high. It had really high production values. It really did. It had high production values, and I would be beyond petty if I took all of those filmmakers' talents and threw them away because of a bad story, you know. And so I don't want to do that. So all the cinematographers and the grips and everybody else that were out there making sure that this thing was beautifully lit, and the costume designers that made sure this thing was looked fantastic. All those people, they did a wonderful job, and so all the credit that this series gets goes to them.
Okay, so you did like the cinematography?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he gave it a 3 because he only liked 3 parts: the cast, the acting, and the cinematography. So that's all you get. And having said that, it's called Bridgerton, and it's on Netflix, and this will be a solo video tomorrow. You watch it, and you'll see me and B. Avery laughing our asses off all over again.
That's hilarious. That was great. That was great. Everybody capitalized for real. But hey, man, keep talking. You know, like, and I'm thinking to myself, man, that was genius. Like, that was smart as hell. Yeah, let me ask you 3 more questions. So, what would you rate it?
Get him out of here.
We out of here, man. That's it. We'll see y'all Wednesday. You never know what you're gonna get on this channel. You never know what people gonna say on this channel. You just gotta tune in. Until
he's on the way.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Be sure to subscribe to B. Avery. And you definitely got to ride with the living legend, Larry. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, we'll see you on Wednesday.